4. Song as a vehicle for transformation. Music is the divine way to tell beautiful, poetic things to the heart. Pablo Casals. I can still hear my father singing in the car as Maggie May by Rod Stewart blasts through the black Cadillac's speakers. My dad was a limousine driver for 18 hours a day, 6 days a week for over 20 years. It's hard to imagine how many hours of music he listened to in a day. To shift his mood, to keep him awake, to allow him to nap for an hour. I can still hear his voice saying with his slightly Jewish New York accent, "Now that's a song. When are you gonna write a song like that?" He especially loved the line in Maggie May that referred to the character stealing his father's pool stick and skipping school. I could feel his emotions in the moment where he proudly sang that line louder than the others. It always took him from his limousine back in time to that pool hall in Brooklyn where he spent many hours not only learning the game of pool, but the game of life. I can almost smell the cigarettes in his car ashtray, the day-old coffee cups in the holder, and the leather interior, mixing with Rod Stewart's voice and my dad's. I am there, right now in the limousine, and although my dad has passed on, he will always live in that song for me. Maggie May, courtesy of Rod Stewart, transformed my dad every time he heard it, providing about 4 minutes of joy in a long 18-hour day. For a few moments in that song, he was given a vehicle that transported him to a different space and time. All was still good in that pool hall, surrounded by the love of his childhood buddies and the piece of him that wished he could play hooky from those 18-hour days 6 days a week, 51 weeks a year. It may seem small, but there are no small transformations. They are all miracles. Music defies time and embraces space. Just as it did for my dad, music takes us all back to grade school in an instant, to our first breakup, or to our walk down the aisle. Songs give definition to our emotions and create the soundtrack of our lives. Music allows us a brief intermission in challenging times. This intermission allows our souls to rest, recuperate, and recharge our hearts. A song may be just as powerful as a favorite movie or book that changed your worldview. The Messenger, Song. A song can be a long-lost friend. Although you may not have communicated with it in years, when you do listen, it instantly transports you to another place and time and evokes strong emotions. Song is a vehicle for the soul to release burdens and heavy energy. Creating movement to release our negative emotions sets the space for a shift to occur. These shifts in feelings can release emotional blocks, which in turn aid in our healing process. When we alter our emotions, there can be a profound effect on the physical body. When we create a change in any of the 4 bodies, physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual, we are creating movement in at least one of the others. Songs move emotions, period. Let me give you an example. Think of a song like Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles. In this hauntingly beautiful 2-minute song, John Lennon and Paul McCartney take you through the lives of 2 lonely people, including a wedding and a funeral. The lives of these 2 people intertwine within the song, although we are not sure if they have ever physically met. Although we, as the listener, have never met them either, by the time the song is over we feel as though we know them through the amazing development of the characters. There is a common chord, excuse the pun, being struck within all of us. The haunting cellos and moving violins pull at our heartstrings and open our hearts. For less than 3 minutes we are in this song's scene, feeling the sadness and loneliness of the characters. This gives us a platform to acknowledge our own challenges. with loneliness, and to use the compassion the song activates toward ourselves. It creates an opportunity to heal. When we hear a song that resonates with us, it is amplifying something within us that is already there and may need to be brought to the surface to explore, understand, and release from our heart. The song is a messenger from the soul, bringing awareness to these hidden emotions and blockages. Have you ever had a song come on at the perfect moment? These are soul messages that are inviting you to listen more deeply to what truths your spirit is trying to convey. I remember going through a challenging time in my life, and whenever I was questioning my faith, Angel by Sarah McLachlan would come on. I remember the comfort in those moments of knowing I was held and comforted by something outside of myself that I could not explain. That song was my soul's messenger that everything was going to be okay. I believed it and felt it, and it was. Another song came as a message to my soul when I met my fiancée. For years, whenever someone would ask me what my favorite song was, I would answer, could it be I'm Falling in Love by the Spinners? It was a song that brought me back to a very happy time in my childhood. But in all my years as a musician and songwriter, I have never had one person tell me that this was their favorite song. One night, early on in our relationship, Dunce and I were having a conversation on the phone and I asked her what her favorite song was. When she answered, could it be I'm Falling in Love by the Spinners, I nearly fell off my chair. I didn't think she would believe me when I told her it was my favorite song as well. In that moment, it was a message to both of us that this obscure 1970s record was a sign that we were two pieces of a puzzle meant to fit together. In addition to being the soul's messenger, song has also been used as a messenger between individuals and groups of people. African American slaves used music to boost their spirit individually and in groups, and certain songs also became a way to relay secret messages. Wade in the Water, for instance, contains messages of how to avoid bloodhounds. Another song, Follow the Drinking Gourd, provided details to slaves of an escape route from Mississippi and Alabama to Canada. 16. In these examples, music was not only used as a soul messenger to keep spirits and hopes alive, but also as a powerful interpersonal messenger. One that helped to save lives. Songs move us beyond the mind and take us directly to the core of our soul. At this deep level we can transmute and transform limited beliefs and negative feelings and emotions. As we clean out emotions from our energetic closet that no longer serve us, we can begin to truly listen to our heart and unveil the gifts that we are here to share. We all have a song in our heart that is waiting to be sung. Orchestrating your heart's song in this moment. In 2004, I was captivated by Dr. Wayne Dyer's talk at a conference in Arizona. I still remember the 8 words he said, "Don't die with your music still in you." Wow! It went straight to my heart. While I was working at producing and collaborating on other people's music every day, I put aside writing and singing my own songs. Every time I would begin to sing my music, I would hear the voices of my childhood buddies saying, "Dude, don't sing." I listened to those naysaying voices for over 20 years. I decided in that moment of hearing Wayne Dyer speak, seemingly directly to me, that I was done listening to those negative voices. I made a commitment to write, sing, and produce my first solo album. I didn't care if one person listened to it. I was not about to die with my music still in me. I released my first solo album at the age of 44. In honor of the moment that I committed to it, I called it The Moment. 1 year later, Through a series of synchronicities, and my tenacious and heart-connected events manager Sharon Kelly, I was asked to open up for Wayne Dyer in Colorado. I sang the title song, The Moment. After my performance, he affectionately rubbed the top of my head in approval, and it felt as though my dad were blessing me from the other side, saying, "Son, I am proud of you." Inspiration creates inspiration. Once I released that limiting belief system of dude, don't sing, I was supported by each step I took in moving forward. Small steps create large movement, and the universe blatantly responded. At that time, I did not know Wayne and he did not know me, but here was an alignment that was occurring, a harmony that the universe, Wayne, and I were now creating together to benefit each person who listened. Is there something lying dormant in you, waiting to be sung? It does not have to be a literal song. Maybe it's something that you are waiting to share in the world or have put on hold. The world needs you now, it needs your gifts, and it needs your heart's song. Your heart's song is a vibration or purpose you carry in your heart that is waiting to be shared. Take a moment and find a quiet place. Make sure there are no distractions. Take a minute to review the heart song breathing process. From Chapter 1. Allow yourself time to connect with your inner music, your heartbeat, and your breath. Awaken what is dormant in you by shining the light of awareness on it. In the following chapters, we will delve deeper into how you can personally use song in your everyday life to create the kinds of transformation you want to see. Just as I did when I heard Wayne Dyer speak, hearing him in my heart as well as with my ears, you will be able to release old patterns and ideas that you have ingrained into your brain and heart and receive the messages from your soul, encouraging and guiding you to explore, expand, and create in ways that are fulfilling and satisfying. You are the conductor of the orchestra of your life. All it takes is the commitment to put your practices into action to effect the changes you desire. Sound tools for transformation. Is it possible that you are being guided to a message through song? Take a moment to answer the following questions. Have you recently heard several songs that have a common subject or theme? Has there been a particular song that really resonates with you that you find yourself listening to multiple times? Could this song relate to a specific situation in your life that you have been challenged by? What is the message to your soul that this song conveys? Is it possible to use this message to transform the energy of the situation? Is there a song that you have listened to that comforts you, inspires you? What is lying dormant in you, just waiting to be awakened? Is there something you have put on hold that your heart is longing to share? What steps can you take right now, in this moment, to begin to share your heart's song? These questions and answers may bring light to an issue or situation that is just waiting to be transformed. If your answers lead you to feeling called to listen to a particular song, take a moment to give that to yourself. Suggested music. Your Song by Elton John. I was 9 years old when I first heard this song, and it still touches me to this day. This classic pop song written by Elton John and Bernie Taupin truly captures the ability of a simple song to tap into the beauty of life. As the lyrics imply, we all can have a song that sheds light on how wonderful life is and can be incorporated somewhere in your day, and let the delicate piano and gentle melodies serenade your heart. Part 2. Creating and implementing a daily music practice.